So we have busted some myths, and we've spoken about breastfeeding having challenges, but it could also be a bit fun.
Yes,
so there's some
definitely.
fun facts we can talk about. It's a little motivating if you can see it in that way.
Sure. So one of my favorite fun facts related to breastfeeding is something what we scientifically called as taste programming. So I'm not sure, but of course you must have. When you see photos on Google, especially of a pregnant mom, you'll see a cute little animated baby in her tummy who's sitting with, his mouth wide open, and they show that whatever she eats goes to the baby, which we know actually is not true, but it's just a nice image to look at, and the same would apply when breastfeeding comes in the picture. So when we spoke about myth busting, we spoke about the mother's diet and we spoke about breastfeeding as well. But there's a very crucial bit of it that moms need to know, and that's the taste programming. So if the mother has a varied diet during breastfeeding, then there are tiny, tiny bits of that taste which are actually incorporated in the breast milk, and that is how the baby gets used to different tastes. So if you want your baby to go ahead and eat broccoli, you better be eating broccoli when you're breastfeeding. That's how it happens. It's known as taste programming, and it's so interesting. There are a lot of studies worldwide that have actually shown that babies could, have a preference for certain tastes. And one of those, very surprisingly, is garlic. And I had never thought about it. So they have a study which states that if the mother has garlic in slightly high proportions, then there's a little taste imparted to the breast milk, and the babies have actually liked it. And they were expecting a rejection which didn't come in. That was very surprising. So it's that nice, it's that fun that she just needs to ensure that she eats well. And this is again, at the end of it, at the crux of it, nature working its magic to ensure that the mother is not put on any dumb, restricted diets while breastfeeding.
So mom's milk has flavor.
Yes.
If she eats fish, it tastes like fish. If she eats spinach, it can taste like spinach.
Yes.
And so we know that breastfed babies tend to be foodies. But again, that would really work to the maximum benefit if mom is exclusively breastfeeding,
Yes,
right?
of course.
So she's not mixed feeding or top-up feeding. It's only her milk. So then you're getting the maximum benefits of that programming.
Yes, definitely. And although it goes to say, we are saying it's taste programming, but that doesn't mean that, if she has had something that doesn't taste good, then that's the reason the baby puked. Because there would be people out there who would think of it that way as well. So that's not the case. So the taste programming we are talking about is in very minute amounts, and it happens over a period of time. It's not related to one particular feed. So that's very essential that mothers know that they can still eat everything and the baby is not vomiting or not pooping more just because, she had some typical flavored item in her diet. One other fun fact that I usually like to tell moms is when we speak about immunity, how do you know that, that the baby needs certain antibodies, or the baby needs, say, more fat, or the baby wants customized breast milk, because it's customized, it's tailor-made for every baby. So we know now that when a baby breastfeeds, the baby's saliva actually sends signals to the mother's brain and tells her the kind of milk that the baby requires. So it's insane. I mean, when you think of breast milk, you probably have never thought of this.
It's actually not just women's power, it's like superpower.
It's superpower.
It's amazing.
So again, there are studies out there that have shown that if a mom is tandem breastfeeding, she's feeding her elder one and a newborn baby, then if the elder one is sick and she has restricted the baby to just one breast and the newborn is feeding from the other side, if she pumps and looks at the color of the milk, forget everything else, she'll find that the sick baby where he was feeding from, that breast has a different colored milk, it's more rich in fat, it's more energy rich, it ensures that antibodies, of course, and it ensures that the sick baby's body gets replenished with whatever it needs. And the newborn keeps getting colostrum from the other side. So it's amazing.
Her body is super intelligent. She, if the brain's having a growth spurt, she's going to mix in more fat. If her body picks up on an infection, she's going to mix in more antibodies. It's responding to the needs of her child every minute of every day.
Yes, of course.